Hey everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And today we are going to talk about some little chapter books. I'm so excited about this. Okay. But first, my nails are kind of painted. I kind of have to redo them. I painted them and then I had to fix my cat's cat house, the tall thing that the cats climb up and it has little poles that they can scratch on. I don't know what that's called. Tree cat tree? Cat tree. Um, Except it doesn't look like a tree, it's got the square or rectangle things that they can lay on. Anyway, um, I had to take it apart and the top pole thing, I mean, he can't scratch there, so I, took the rope off of that, and then I I hot glued it to the one of the bottom ones that had come apart, and, hot glue is dangerous, and I kept getting hot glue across my nails, and so they're kinda flaky now. Um, Fun time though. It looks really good, at least the one that I completely finished. The other one, I ran out of rope, and I didn't feel like taking part anymore of the tower. Um, my shirt I've had this shirt since high school. High school. For those of you who don't know how old I am, I'm 32 right now as of, May oh, it's May 1st. I'm making this video on May 1st, 2023. I am 32. I'm gonna be 33 this year. I've had this shirt since probably 2005, 2006. It's a bit tight. It was big whenever I got it. It has shrank a lot, and now the shoulders don't fit quite where the shoulders should fit, but, it's comfortable, and I'm not gonna show you, but there's a tiny hole in the back, and I'm very sad because that means that I'm not gonna be able to keep this shirt very much longer. Um, Life goes on. Okay, these 4 books I've been reading. Okay, so I read to my 2-year-old before bed, and you know that the book is a hit when she kind of responds to different things that happen. Like, if someone falls down, she goes, or, um, when you get the bad guy, she clapped. Um, of course, most of the time, she doesn't hear the whole story because she falls asleep halfway through a chapter, but hey, I'm going to tell you about them in the order that we read them. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So first, we have The Secret Mermaid. This is the first book. It's Enchanted Shell, and this is a sporn book. I want all of these for me. Um, my 2-year-old liked them also, but I want these for me because I wanna know what happens. I wanna know what happens to this girl. Okay, so it says, "Far out in the ocean live the shell-keeper mermaids. While the rest of the world sleeps, one little girl joins them for some magical mermaid adventures. Molly is just like any other girl when her family moves to Horseshoe Bay, but then her gran gives her a pretty shell necklace, and Molly is amazed to discover it is enchanted, and that she is now a secret mermaid." I loved this book. My 2-year-old, she likes mermaids, so she liked the pictures. Let me show you. This is an easy chapter book, and it has pictures on just about every page, or at least some kind of art. And I just give you a minute to look at it. These are the different mermaids, and then at this no, this corner, there's Molly. She's the one that is actually a girl who turns into a mermaid. So, um, I really enjoyed the story, and this was my second time reading it. Um, look how spaced out the words are. It's nice. The words are pretty simple. There's some pictures. I don't know. Can you see? Let me see if I can get closer. Focus. It's blurry. The picture is not blurry. Anyway, um, I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a whistling sound. That's my air vent. It's closed. I need to open it back up. Um, but this story is so cute. So in the beginning, Molly was like, "Why do we have to move? Why can't Gran come here?" Her grandma had fallen down, and they were moving to be with her, to keep an eye on her. And so once she gets there, she's told that she gets the top room, and I would love that room by the way. It's like it looks out over the ocean. You can hear the seagulls and the waves, and she's given the seashell, and she realizes, I love the beach. I love being here, and I'm here during the summer before school starts so I can make friends before school starts. And she's so she's hyping herself up. She's like, "Yeah." And then her grand gives her the seashell, and she goes to sleep with it next to her on the nightstand, and she kind of wakes up to a glowing, and everything happens from there. Um, she gets to meet the Mermaid Queen, and on their way to meet the Mermaid Queen, because she runs into one of these other girls over here. I'm not going to tell you the whole story. I'm just going to give you little bits and pieces. Anyway, so she runs into one of these girls, and the girl automatically notices her necklace and is like, "Oh my gosh, you're the new shell holder. We're so excited." And as they're going back to the castle, they get into a sticky situation. And without realizing what she's doing, she makes a wish holding the necklace, and boom, she saves them. And then she, like, after they have their whole talk, and she finds out what's going on. I'm not going to tell you everything so that you can get the book. Um, but after she figures out everything that's going on, and she's like, "Yeah, let's go. I'll help you look for the other pieces, because the shell used to be part of a bigger shell." And they're like, "Actually, the sun is rising. You have to wake up now." And that's how the book ends. Well, it ends with her going down for breakfast, and her grand's like, "Have a good night." And she's like, but because she can't talk about, she's like, it's against the rules. So that was exciting. I want the rest of the books. These are cute. I love the drawing, and I love magical stuff. Okay. The second book that I read, and by the way, I don't choose the books to read to my kid. I hold like four of them out, and I'm like, which one should we read next? Here's to my elbow. She chose this one because it has a puppy. She said, "A puppy?" And I said, "Okay, we can read that one." Um, I like this one too. Not as much as I thought I would. It's still really good, and I do want the rest of the series, but I think okay, the beginning of it's kind of a slow burn for me, and I think towards the end you're like, "Oh, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next?" I am not gonna tell you what happens next, but there is kind of a spoiler on this cover, which I didn't realize until later. Um, anyway, so this is The Impossible Quest. And the title of this one is Escape from Wolfhaven Castle. And this is one of 4 books. Not 4 books, sorry, 5 books. I'm thinking I need 4 more books. Okay. It says, "Tell your lord to beware. The wolves smell danger in the wind. Wolfhaven Castle has been attacked and only 4 escape capture. Tom, trained to scrub pots, not fight. Eleanor, the lord's daughter. Sebastian, a knight in training. And Quinn, the witch's apprentice. Somehow, if they are to save their people, these unlikely heroes must find 4 magical beasts from legend. But first, they have to make out of the castle alive." So I know that the other books are gonna be better because, like, the first book is always you gotta know everyone, you gotta meet everyone, you gotta hear the legend, which is told to you in rhyme, but not like hickory dickory dock. It's like, "Ye old fairy tale of the, thy thou'st wouldst," and, yeah. So okay, I like books that have maps. I am a nerd, I guess, for maps. So like Lord of the Rings, it has a map. Um, The Magicians, which these aren't children's books, but they're the first ones that pop into my mind. They have maps. Um, if you watch my other videos, the Kingstart Tidings has a map. I don't have that in book form, but you better believe that once I find it in book form, I'm gonna get it. Um, but I love that it has a map. So you know where like how far they travel in the book. And it has a map of the inside of the castle. I'm gonna focus. There you go. A map of the inside of the castle. I love it. Um, so this one is more of a older chapter book, probably for like a junior high kid who's really good at reading or a high school student. Um, it's got sometimes you come across a word that is definitely a vocabulary word. Um, and some, it's just it's very interesting. It's just like it's a normal spaced book. I mean, there might actually it's is it double spaced, single spaced? Anyway, occasionally you come across a picture. I'm trying to find one for you. This one's not a picture book, that's for sure. Um, come on. I didn't remember having to go this far to see my first picture. Wait. Nope. Oh, there. I found the. So it starts out like you would think. Oh, look, see, there's a picture. the casting stones that's supposed to tell you how the next year or something like that is supposed to be. Um, so it starts out you're following Tom around. He's got the doggy, Fergus. Dog's name is Fergus. Sometimes he calls him Fungus. Um, they fall into a secret door into Lady Eleanor's room, which they stop calling her Lady Eleanor later. They're like 13. It's weird, to be honest. But this was the first time he'd been alone with her ever. And When he falls in, the dog tumbles in on top of him, and he's like, "Get off, you fungus!" It's really funny. Um, but there's a traitor in the midst. Um, they have someone that they're supposed to be working on trades with, and this guy is very adamant. He's like, "Oh, your daughter can marry my son," and the king is like, "No." Or I mean, he's not. I don't think he's a king. I think he's just the lord. Like he's just the lord of this place. He's like, "No, my daughter is only 13. No." And the guy's like, "Oh well, we can just have them meet, and then they can get married at 16." And he's like, "They have met, and no, she's gonna marry for love, the way that me and her mother did." Her mother passed away before the book, and so like, mm, this guy doesn't believe any of their lore, like the witch lady. He doesn't believe in her and anything she says, but she does predict something that he does. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Anyway, these four kids and the dog, they sneak out through the witch's place. Like there's a tunnel that goes down that no one knew about. Oh, nobody knew about it. Not even the lady, the little girl that yeah, no one knew about it. Anyway, and they have to make their way through some caverns and they have to remember what the witch told them to make sure that they stay on track and they get lost, but they find their way out. And Yeah, this one is a little on the creepy side, like I said, depending on how old your kid is when they're reading this or if how old if you're reading it to your kid like I am. There are some skeleton monsters that are kind of gross. I think they're called bogmen. Um, and there is a scary guy that has a mask with horns. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so keep that in mind. It's not really gruesome, like, ugh. But the skeleton bog people, they do release like this weird smelly fog stuff, and they are looking for the princess or the little lady. Um, and the um the magical beast that they're looking for, they find the last one at the very, very end of the book. And they're all like, "What? It's real?" Because they thought that, they're just supposed to find something that represents each of the beasts. And when they hear that this one beast, I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but, when they hear I can't tell you because it'll give away the reason they were there in the first place. Okay. Somebody's like, "Just get rid of that thing, kill the beast." And the monster guy, the one with the horn helmet thing, was like, "Alright." And so he's going to go and do that, and the knight, the boy that's in training to be a knight, Sebastian, he is the one he's the biggest doubter in the whole entire world. He's kind of, like, negative and, like, the whole time, and the girls call him out on this twice. And, so when they hear that this beast is still, it's real, he's like, "What? Nuh-uh, I have to see this." And so they sneak around and they save the beast before it gets, and, yeah. I was like, "That's awesome." Um, I can't wait for the other books. I can't wait to get them. I just want them so bad. So this one, thumbs up. Like I said, it does start a little like, "Alright, get to the good part." The next book my toddler picked was EJ12 Girl Hero. And this one is the first book. It's Hot and Cold. This was definitely made for, like, a 10, 11-year-old. Um, um, it's got that 10, 11-year-old drama, if you will. Um, I thought it was cute. I don't know. Okay, think Kim Possible. Oh god. I don't know if the new generation even knows what Kim Possible is. I know that they remade it. Do you know the original Kim Possible? I haven't seen the new one, so I can't be for sure. But younger, not a high school student. And she barely has a phone. She only has a phone because she's an agent. Um, this book is really cute. It's all about girl power and knowing yourself, I guess. The chapters are not very long. It starts out with Emma Jax, which is EJ. Emma Jax is her name when she's not an agent. And she doesn't want to go to school because there's a mean girl at school who used to be her friend. And trying to get to a picture. Keep turning. Anyway, and that girl has been really mean to her two best friends, and her name is Emma. Her best friend is Ellie, and her other best friend is Hannah. And she's decided that everyone who has a name that can be spelled both backwards and forwards the same way is the only people who are trustworthy. And so she tries to stick up for her friend Ellie, but the mean girl just keeps smacking her down, and she can't control, she can't come back, like, she can't stop her, so she's like, "Don't hurt me." And then when she has to go back to school and, confront this girl, luckily, she's so happy she gets a, text from Shine, which is the agency. I can't remember what it stands for. Shine. I really thought that it said it might say it later in the book. I don't remember. Anyway, let me read the back of the book for you because I realized I forgot to do that. The heat is on as someone seems to be melting the polar ice caps. Special Agent EJ12 needs to crack the codes and keep her cool to put the evildoers' plan back on ice. That's the easy part. As EJ12, Emma Jax can do anything. So why can't she handle the school's ice queen of mean, Nema? Perhaps she can after all. So, it's a cute book, and there's a little twist at the end. You get a little surprise, and, I liked the end. The end was really cute. Uh, because EJ brings home a puppy from her mission, and the mom's like, "No, we did not talk about this. You need to go take it back right now." And I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but Emma gets to keep the puppy. So that was super cute, and, there's several codes that she gets to crack, and you get to see the code, and then you can try to figure it out yourself, or you can just read when she figures it out. And I also like how she, saves the day, because she does. I mean, duh. Um, so this book was cute. And then the last book that she picked was this one, and there we go. This also says shine, but it's a different I didn't even tell you. Okay, I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. So shine in this book is a school of the performing arts. So, music and dance and theater. But they still have to do regular stuff too. And this one is about Chloe Center Stage. This one was I kind of got upset on how she was singled out right away. And like there's just these are like young teenagers. Like I think they're like 10, 11, 12, maybe. And you could have like as the teacher, you could have handled the situation a little bit nicer. Oh, that's all I'm saying. It was their first day of school. Accidents happen. They're still learning the dress code. So it says, do you have what it takes to become a star? Welcome to Shine School for the Performing Arts. Chloe has always dreamt of attending Shine. But when everyone is as talented as you are, how do you stand out from the crowd? Soon everyone knows Chloe's name, but for all the wrong reasons. Can she turn around before it's too late? So I'm not going to tell you why she has a bad rap other than um she has red hair, and that one like in one of her classes she wore the wrong ponytail holder, little band. Um this one has a lot of pictures. I like pictures. I like pictures. I like to have an idea of what the characters are look like. And so like every few pages there's a picture. And they're really detailed pictures. Sorry, I'm covering Dad's head. um Nope, it's not gonna fix itself. Okay. So it starts off kind of like mom and dad are super like way more excited than Chloe is for her first day of school. And she's just like, it's school. It's fine. I can go by myself. And mom's like, no, I'm gonna drive you. This is a big day. I'm gonna walk you in and all that stuff. And she's like, Mom, I already know that I can take the bus and get off at this stop and walk the rest of the way. It's fine. And I like that this book talks about the audition process and how nerve-wracking it can be because I was someone who did dance and music, and doing auditions and doing competitions, it can be really scary. So I'm glad that we actually see that in the book because you have real life in it. Um, there is a part in the book where she hears her teachers talking about her, and that made me angry also because you're in the middle of the freaking hallway. Of course your students are around. You can't talk about your students like that, not whenever they can hear you. Um, so someone tells her that the only reason why the people that hang out with her is because she's fun and that they're not really her friends. And so she starts trying to change herself and she starts hanging out in a practice room by herself during lunch hour. And she gets shooed out because shooed like shoo shoo by some older kids because they need the room to practice for the big thing that's coming up. And later something happens and everyone has to evacuate the building during those audition type things. And she sees one of the girls that shooed her away the week before and she sticks her tongue out at her, and that girl tells the teacher that she's the reason that everyone had to evacuate in the middle of her audition. Get the book to find out if it's true. And there are 3 other books about her besties, and I can't wait to get these because they are all, I think they're all gonna have interesting backstories. Yeah. Um, so what I forgot to tell you is that, I said this one was an Usborne book, and I meant to tell you that these 3 are Kane Miller books. Um, I just wanted y'all to know the difference. So I will make sure that I put links for each of the books in the description. Also, I almost forgot. I left myself a sticky note so I wouldn't forget, and I still almost forgot. During the month of May, this is so exciting. I need to I need to do this. Okay, so during the month of May, if you spend $40, you can get, I don't know, the customer special is the books are all $2. So, like, books that are normally, like, $15, like the big, gigantic books that are, like, $15 are gonna be $2. I am so excited about this. Um, and then check out the weekly special if you decide to get any of these books. One of them might be on the weekly special, unless it's sold out, and then I can't help you. Um, but yeah, always check out the weekly special because you don't have to have a minimum in your cart to get the weekly special. You could get all of the weekly specials, um, which is always exciting. Okay, I've already talked long enough. Probably should have done 2 books at a time, but I really liked these 4, and I couldn't choose which one that I wanted to read or talk to y'all about. Okay, okay. I will see you on my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what coffee you're drinking. Oh, I didn't tell you what coffee I was drinking. Um, it was just the bomb. Nothing new. And anyway, so tell me your favorite coffee. Do you have any PaperPie books? Any Usborne or Kane Miller books? Tell me about them. Which ones are your favorites? Do you have a favorite? Does your kid have a favorite? You don't have to tell me about your kid. You don't want to. I do really enjoy helping people find books. But anyway, I will see y'all on my next video. Bye.